This is our 6th annual educational client event, and 6 years ago we were wondering if anybody would be interested in these events and if clients would like to meet each other, and I guess the answer is yes, so we appreciate all of you coming today. So turning to our main topic is, why do investors underperform? Why do investors underperform with so much knowledge and information available to professional and non-professional investors, with so many investment tools available? Why is it that so many investors continue to underperform? And look forward to hearing Charlie's perspectives on that tonight. So with that, I will turn this over to Tim.
Thank you, Renee. I've seen Charlie's deck, and I particularly am very excited to hear Charlie speak this evening and very honored to be here, because I think one of the issues that we always had was that people came back and said, a lot of fun at your client event, but it didn't make me a better investor. And at the end of the day, I can guarantee, although I think as Chief Compliance Officer now I'm not allowed to use the word guarantee, so I am virtually certain that after Charlie's presentation this evening, we will be able to walk out of here and all conclude that we are in fact better investors.
And I think when introducing someone whose reputation precedes him like Charlie does, is the advice is to keep it short. I'm probably bound to violate that advice because I want to say a couple things. He founded the premier institutional money management research firm, I think in the world, I'd venture to say, called Greenwich Associates in 1971 or 2, or sort of in that general area. And everyone in the business basically wants to know what the results of the latest Greenwich Associates survey is on how their firm stacks up with other firms around, not just the United States, but around the world. He's written many books, 15 by last count, maybe 16 now. And there's a consistent theme in those books, and that is reducing the portfolio management equation to its essentials. And what he tries to do is find out why investors, and he's talking about professionals as well as individuals, behave as they do and usually underperform. That same theme Renee was talking about. In many ways, he, like we are, is in traction with Jack Bogle's thinking about all this. He served on Jack's boards at Vanguard for, I think he said, a dozen years or so. He's been on the Yale Endowment Investment Committee with David Swenson for a number of years. In fact, David wrote the preface to the book we're going to be passing out to you later on, which was authored with Bert Molecule, called The Elements of Investing, which I think is a primer, however you want to say it, for a lot of people, which maybe even your grandchildren would find useful and interesting if you care to pass it on to them. Charlie. And I think
so. Those of you who would like to leave now, I can summarize everything I have to say by quoting Walt Kelly's wonderful figure, Pogo, who, after examining the Okefenokee swamp in some detail, said, "We've met the enemy, and it is us." And that's basically what I've got to say. Behavioral finance, behavioral economics, I call it behavioral investing, is without a doubt the dominant variable that is forcing people to behave in ways that are hugely irresponsible and negative to everything that they say they're there for. And simply astonishing how we all go ahead and do what Pogo would summarize ourselves as doing. Now, we work about the illusion of skill, and we do have some wonderful belief characteristics. Daniel Kahneman, who studied it all, another Nobel Prize winner, quotes himself the following way: "People can maintain unshakable faith in any proposition when supported by enough co-believers." Manager can make a real difference, really different. But the way the manager makes a really great difference is understanding that the investor is totally crucial. Every investor is different. Just for an example, my fingerprint is sufficiently different from every other person's fingerprint. I can go to prison on the basis that that's my fingerprint, not anybody else's. Those differentiations, my belief, every investor is at least as different. But think of all the differences among us. Some of us are very wealthy, some of us are really not. Some of us have high incomes, some of us do not. Some of us are young and in great health, some of us are not. Some of us have tremendous learning experiences, academic knowledge, and a real facility for the kinds of things that are important in investing. Some of us don't. Some of us are calm under pressure and can take all kinds of stresses and strains, and some of us don't. Take all of those differences and mix them with, we all differ in terms of who are we responsible for. I have grandchildren that I'm trying to think about, well, should I really be interested in taking some help in their education? They're all under 10. We got a long horizon. Some have got elderly family members who really have major medical expenses, and that's a pretty serious part of the problem. Some people are married one way. Make all the different complications. I believe every investor is at least as different as every investor's eye or fingerprint. And I think all of us as investors need the benefit of good investment counseling much more than we need the benefits of even the best of investment managers. If we could figure out who they are, and there's no way we'll figure out who they are, but we can tell who has character, who can be trusted to give sensible, straightforward advice, and to hold our hands when we get nervous and scared, either because we're not in on something really exciting, maybe we should be, or because we might be in something that we don't know how to handle. I believe that investment counseling is the most important thing that any of us can get. And candidly, I would do that entirely on the basis of moderate competence and profound character, full stop.